Right, welcome back, and welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. Joining me once again is the newest collection, well, newest addition to Gru's army, Minion Lewis.
I am not a minion. And if you say that once more, I will cover you in bloody oil.
Sounds like something a minion would say.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged. Calm down, Junior.
See, unfortunately,
Look like
that set off these two.
Tongue with you, bibius. Hold on, not so quickly. You may not be an orc, but that doesn't become I'm taking you to the wizard.
Thankfully, there's no persuasion checks here, so...
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Well, I hope we're not following the yellow brick road.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
To be fair, he probably is hinting at it.
Genius, he means no harm.
Oh, you got a level up.
And that'll help. And it's gave me the health back that I needed. So, the way skills work in this compared to OS2, you can't just put point after point after point in it. The amount of points you can put into it increases, well, you have to put into it, shall I say, increases with each attempt. So, I can't put points into these three. I need to put second point in. So you do sometimes have to save the attribute, the ability points.
Gosh, I'm sleepy. Don't tell me you're afraid. You should have enough liquid courage in your system. You're ready to face an army.
I'm going to keep the point because I can't put it into anything I do need at the moment. I mean, yeah, I could put it into maybe Hydrosophis and get some healing, but the chances of us actually getting a vendor later on that has it, it'll be quite difficult. Also, folks, a nice little addition that we have right now are these guards.
If you say addition, they don't last long.
No, they don't. But they still come with us.
And I'm actually going to change back to my axe now.
Oh look at this. Too bad I didn't go down the Arafurge path.
Wooden air staff.
Yeah, because it's 13 to 16 compared to my 8 to 16. I'm going to change it out just because it is a powerful staff, but I'll keep the fire one.
What the hell's happening down there? Orcs! Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle their big brutes.
Is it me or does he sound... well, drunk, but in another sense as well, I don't wish to pronounce.
Oh, he's completely and utterly hammered.
Oh.
Well,
I think my mic just went up on that because you just went all robotic on my end.
You just cut off. You picked up a short sword, yeah?
Yeah, I did. It has 18 to 25 slashing.
Yeah, I'll tie that off you if you don't mind.
Yeah, he does sound a lot drunk. I was going to say he does sound like he probably is something else. But I'm not judging because I've got friends like that myself. You probably don't want to be running straight into them at the moment.
I don't really have much of a choice at the moment. Alright, let's go for you. Knock you down.
Power stance!
One of the most useless skills in the game.
Not exactly. It helped because it increases my movement.
But your accuracy goes to absolute. Well, considering I don't really want to use the foul language, down to like nothing.
Okay. See, don't
Right, now
forget
I've
we've
got
got
a
skills like that and OS2 as well.
I'm going to cast that there.
If you can't stand the heat,
Don't get in it.
That's not how the phrase goes, but there you go.
I can't remember how the phase goes, so.
If you can't stand the heat, keep out of the kitchen.
Ah. Well, we're not in a kitchen, are we? We're outside.
It's a good thing you're not in the kitchen.
Oh, I will be after this recording, unfortunately.
So I'll be having my dinner after this.
So what have you got for dinner then?
Chicken Kiev.
See, I got me burgers waiting for me. I actually got them out yesterday, ready for to have yesterday, but I had to put them in the fridge because of I bought myself a McDonald's for dinner.
So, McDonald's these days ain't exactly cheap.
Nah,
The same
but neither is a kebab.
I was about to say most takeaways these days ain't cheap.
We're not on round 9 already, are we?
Aye?
You just said we were on round 9.
I didn't see. I trusted standing fight.
Yes.
rock of the Magi!
Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna like this. I wish I went down the First path now.
This one should be dead.
I was actually expecting Chicken Claw then, but that was lucky, wasn't it? Because it's not even in the game.
Nope. And I'm actually just gonna skip my turn there because there's not a lot I can do.
Bye bye.
Crosses within me!
And you've stunned them.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human.
Better to stun than to kill.
Curious. And how very
Where are
disquieting.
Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
There we go.
Yeah, they did. They went back the other way.
Why, I don't think I could ask for
This
a
is
more
going to be
welcome
interesting.
sight
I'm going to
on
go
these
back with
cursed
him for a
beaches.
minute.
The Legion welcomes you.
Because this
Beats
might be
me
an
what
actual
traitorous
conversation that we
madness
could
came
listen in
over
on.
that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the Kerr's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed orc-loving bedlam
can actually
to our
talk
list
to
of
him.
enemies in Seal?
Of course you can talk to him.
You craven chickens, you cowardice, you coward here while the rest of us walk. Oh, come on, don't be cross. Have a sip, why don't you?
Alright, that's an earth elemental scroll.
Vengeance will be ours. Vengeance will be ours.
And you got an earth elemental. That'd be quite useful for me, considering I get the level bonus on it. You might want to come over here, because there's a conversation here.
Yeah, it's not too important, just carry on. Unless you start fighting, which I wouldn't put it past you. Let's take that, because I'm going to need it.
Well, actually, it was just about, like, what was going on in the story.
Pretty much nothing too important.
But you just missed him having a right old go at him. It was actually quite funny.
I've probably done it in the past when I've done it. When I played this years ago. But bearing in mind, this game's about what? 7 years old? 6 years old?
I'm surprised you actually passed that.
Past what?
Well, you passed an armour.
Don't know, I was doing the thing but I couldn't really make it out. What was it?
A dexterity piece of armour.
Alright, so I can't use it anyway then.
Well, it's 5 levels, so you probably would be able to.
This ruckus sounded worse
'Cause you
than
got a base
dozen
5
tomcats
intelligence.
fighting over the world's last mackerel.
Hey, it's Professor McGonagall.
Well, unless she's had a set change.
Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion.
Guess what's going on at the
Hunters have
moment?
arrived in Sicil.
What?
Certain YouTuber is actually streaming again.
Well, it's coming up to 5 o'clock, so yeah.
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city.
As it should be double step on his Resident Evil outbreaks.
Well, he's actually doing Back for Blood at the moment.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, I would actually joined him.
So I'm in no rush to get that now.
I know. Because of my
So you were,
early
and
release.
so you weren't. Behold,
Aye.
I got it on early release, didn't I?
Well, it's not even
Is
that,
it
like
loud?
I say. For me, it's a case of I just won't have time for it in the week.
there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one.
Is it bad
So,
whenever he...
now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder.
I was going to say, is it bad when he says, meet my other half, Hunter, that I thought he was referring to our wife and not his actual other self?
No, because that's generally a term we use, isn't it?
Well, I'll let you get on with that for a minute.
It's
I'm going to
hard to
actually
put my finger on it, but I
do what
can
I do
feel
best.
in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Orciest, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Orciest's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter, and I'm certain
Well, that's
we have a lot
interesting.
more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters.
What's interesting?
Just reading up the armor rating.
Go on.
Anyone that's at our level, right? I've got like a 19% physical damage reduction versus enemies of your own level.
Okay.
So that's quite interesting. So that's
Once
quite
you're
interesting
there,
to
just
know.
take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Orciest first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Bit of a long
Undead
conversation, but
orcs. Looks like we
Is
have
it
our
bad
work
that we
cut
can
out
already
for us.
see the next conversation
We
battle
won't be
from here?
bored.
nope.
How about we
Ooh.
go and see that Orciest chap?
Ooh, there's something right there actually that I want to grab. And I've just noticed it. Oh, look at that. We've missed something as well.
What you
Good
found?
thing I am a loot. Good thing I am a loot goblin. Found a crossbow.
Oh, sellable. So that's just a small little quest that you can do to help out putting out the ship.
I also have found Stardust. You know what's going to happen with that, don't we?
If
Once
it
we
works
find
the
a
same way.
Oh, it will. If it makes the same thing, yeah, it will.
You say that, but so much has changed between these two games.
Our home, our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes, while we could do these bleeding all. With our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around here, that's for sure. Maybe you could keep an eye out, though. Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment ago. With our ship sunk, we're little more than 3 men with nothing more to
Oh,
say
shit.
than boom. That was a right stunning show of
So I heard
magic
you
you
brother in
pulled,
the
it was.
background.
Wish you'd been around when our own barge
Oh.
went down in flames.
Yeah, just sneeze a little.
Never heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride.
Right. Let's get that conversation out of the
This is
way
it.
then.
That's actually quite interesting because we got to find them work.
There's a couple of places I know of that they can work.
Oh, the old bucket on the head trick. How we all love that little trick in a certain game, eh? With merchants.
I can't go on that.
Well, it's magically sealed off. What do you expect?
Not so much magically. That I know of, that is. Right, so here we've got a conversation. See if Lewis can activate and I can listen in this time.
This place reeks of orcs.
There we go.
stench.
Yeah, like I say, I think it was a glitch because similar to what we've had in OS2 in the past, if someone tries to click at the same time, it can actually glitch the game.
Yeah, and sometimes it also goes to certain people that we don't want.
Yeah.
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be, but this one has been reformed. Anyone can see that she's completely docile, but my prejudiced friend here still wants to kill her. My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her.
Now, why would you fling trinkets at someone? I never know.
A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored.
A lot of the conversations in this remind me of Kingdom of Alamar.
Never played it.
It might turn Fable, similar to that.
Well, I played Fable. Wasn't really good at it.
Oh, I've completed the
Sure,
first
to be
two.
compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Well, I've got 1 and 2. Anyway.
I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds? Maybe before the great orc raid we had time to indulge Niniush's idiotic obsessions. But now we're needed at our posts. I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
You know what? Listening to that accent, who does he remind you of?
I'm trying to think of it myself.
I can already picture the face already. Oh, Miss Moneypenny.
Oh, that's a Bond.
Yeah, so that should give you a little hint. There you go.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
Oh, hello.
I'll give it a minute. Sorry, folks.
Just carry on.
Yep, I will do. I just want to have a look and see what he's got quick. Nothing.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
Tell me more about this love potion.
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal. I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
So basically what you're saying is you bought a love potion from a magazine.
One day you'll show 'em all.
Sounds pretty
Why
British
does
to
it-
me, to be fair.
Why does that not surprise me, eh? It's like the X-ray spectacles that never work. Only this time it actually did work. In a
Sort
game.
of.
In a way of a love potion.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
I'm not going to get that Sean Connery vision out of my head now.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
I say we let her live.
If that potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You would trust a quack magazine from Youthful Gore? She's clearly liable to snap at any minute.
Think of the intel this creature could provide, and if she begins to revert, these men are armed and will be able to subdue her.
You must realize that if this orc gets loose in the city,
Wow.
we're the ones who'll have to put her down and deal with the bloody aftermath.
Well, this is an interesting one, ain't it?
Yep. Ah, that orc's giggling in the background still. Oh,
And the
God, here we
different,
go.
and the funny thing is, this time I'm actually first.
Okay. Now, just a quick note. when you are creating your character, if you play with AI, you can choose an AI for like personality, and their personality judges what they choose in an argument, if they agree with you or not, or even if they don't have a personality and they just agree with you regardless. This is going to be a close one. Nope.
You won.
Yep.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Glad to hear I'm not the only one with common sense around here. I'll do the honors myself.
No! She's harmless! Please! You bastard!
One
You had no
day,
right.
Moira. One
No
day
right
you'll
to
show 'em
protect
all.
not only you from your own stupidity, but myself and the citizens of Seal as well.
It's you we need protection from, murderer! Fortunately, the wizards of Youthful Gore make a revenge elixir that will show you what's what.
Go ahead and throw your sugar water on me if you like. Your foolishness is no longer my problem. Thank you, stranger. If you ever need help, I'll do my best to repay you.
There you go. Just has me worried why he's decided to try and do that orc.
I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Alright, so
If it's
that-
just like how, such and such is from Futurama.
What, snoo?
Yeah.
Snoo. You die by snoo.
Death by snoo. That's probably how he would have ended up. That's being honest.
Yeah, there's no getting around that. Right, let's go up to the
Now
city.
he's being a Luke Goblin.
I've never been up this way, so I was just having a look to see what there was.
That's alright. Oh look! Guess what I found?
Chicken's foot.
Yeah, guess what combines with it?
Go on.
You put it on a scroll back in on a
OS2.
Divinity 2. On Divinity 2.
I'm not calling it
And I
Divinity
think-
2 because there's a game called Divinity 2 and people will get confused.
Alright then, alright. Original Sin 2.
That's what I mean. So I keep calling it OS2 because, like I said, there was a load of Divinity games before these two.
And if you've combined, I think it was either a Life Essence or an Earth Essence, you actually get Chicken Claw. Scroll. Don't ask me how I remember that, considering it is one of my all-time favourite spells. Is it? What'd you call it?
It's a spell,
spell?
yeah. I'd say spell / ability. If you want to be like, what's it about?
Well, it is one of my favourite spells to use on people, considering my little tactic that you actually have used. And I am actually got the biggest smirk on my face for it at the moment. Just think of Jeremy Clarkson's grin, like that that disgusting grin he has whenever he's right about something.
See, the difference is I've used it once or twice. You used it in almost every fight.
Yeah.
And you did. When you first
Well, I'll
started
actually
off
admit
as a
that.
rogue, you were disgustingly cheesy.
Yeah, and even now I'm still doing it.
Nowhere near as bad though, to be fair.
Yeah, because playing it legitimately is still as fun, but if there is a tough...
No one's around.
nuisance,
You wouldn't
then
raise
yeah,
a fuss if
I probably would go down that path.
Yeah, but you're the type who would actually cheat a game just to prove something to the game, where I'm just like, nah, I bet you squarely.
Oh no, indeed.
Also, I couldn't listen off of you.
What?
You know how you had that trouble where you couldn't listen off of me?
Yeah.
I just had it with you just now. I just had to go up and talk to the bloke.
So I was doing that with Ishmael, but I couldn't do that either.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
See, I am
You
a
know what
thief
they say about
myself
giving
on
a
the
man a
game.
fish? This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I'm a thief in games, but even I know the limit of like some things.
I suppose you've got a point.
So that's that
Hungry
done.
man, you know.
Which is quite funny,
The thief
actually.
is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Right,
Also,
so,
folks,
go on.
I was gonna say, also, folks, something that is a little different to how OS2 is. We don't have unlimited inventory.
Well,
Something we forgot to mention.
technically we didn't have unlimited inventory in the first one.
Yeah.
I was saying the first one in OS2.
Second. Typical how I went down the righteous right, and I could have gone down the renegade and got pickpocketed.
Yeah, but you're not taking pickpocketing anyway, so...
I know.
Right.
Oh. Ooh. Well, this will be a helpful person later on.
I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank a starting.
I'll sell these arrows to you then, because I ain't gonna need them. Get rid of the armor, the crossbow, the... Well, get rid of the rat's tails, and the flower, and I'll take my full leave.
Alright, so... let's have a look. Before we end this, because we're coming up to the 35-minute mark, let's just get something out of the way quickly while Lewis is doing his shopping.
Oh look, we got a silver bar.
Yeah, I saw
How
that in the
coincident.
Enchantress.
Yeah, coincidence that, ain't it? Considering yesterday we had a little bit of trouble trying to find a silver bar.
I hadn't noticed, don't you?
And for you folks that are actually wondering what we're on about, in OS2, Connor should be able to show you later on in his series when it does come to it, because I know he'll forget this point in this episode. But there is a quest involving a silver bar later on in OS2 that is quite... Well, what's the word you would call it? Punishing? If you don't do it right?
Well, I've an open
difficult.
stage in want of talent, and I've often found the theatre
Difficult it is,
the
then.
library and see if
Because if you don't do it right, you're going to end up having to go through about 5 minutes worth of dialogue and fights again. Probably even longer fight, actually.
You there! Sit!
And considering how yesterday's lucky events turned out,
No, sir.
I'm actually quite surprised we've managed to do it without a failure.
Came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hat's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill. Sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
That's a disturbing thought. But, yeah, that will be it for this episode now. Not as much combat and tomb diving as you'd expect, but even so.
Tomb diving? Don't you mean tomb raiding?
Tomb delving, tomb diving.
Tomb raiding.
I'm not going for that. I'm not biting.
You know, that's going to probably be episode 1's thing, right?
No.
Tomb raiding.
Because I'm choosing the title, you can bugger off.
We both know there's going to be a title somewhere where it's going to be me who ends up calling it at one point. And you'll think, you know what, that's a good idea.
Oh, it hasn't happened yet. Right, let's quickly save.
Well, it's a shocking envenomment, that's for sure.
Nah.
Because of the staff.
That's why I said nah. There we go. I see Lewis is trying to do an air guitar there. But that's it for this episode anyway. Not sure what we're going to do with the next episode, because unlike on a lot of other games, a lot of this is running off old memories, if not guesswork. But,
and complete blindness. We forgot to add complete blindness.
On your part.
Yeah, on my part.
But in regards to that, it's just one of those things. But anyway, I'll say that is the end of it. Thank you very much for joining us, and I shall see you all again soon.
Bye!